To insert a bubble chart from scratch, open the Elements menu, select Bubble, and click onto the slide once. But let's return to the previous example and assume you would like to augment your chart by adding annual revenue as a third data series to it. Thus, you transform your scatter into a bubble chart in which the size of the bubbles represents the annual revenue. So, double-click on the chart to open the datasheet. As the values for KPI 1 on the X and for KPI 2 on the Y-axis are already inserted, start entering the annual revenue for each plant in the size column. Resize the chart if necessary. By default, the size value in the datasheet is proportional to the area of the bubble in the chart. Right-click on the chart and pick Make Diameter Represent Size to set the size proportional to the diameter of a bubble. Add a bubble size legend by right-clicking on the chart and choosing Add Bubble Size Legend. Left-click onto the text label of the legend and type in further information on the meaning of the bubble size, in our case, annual revenue in million US dollars. You can change the bubble size used in the legend by selecting the bubble and dragging the handle that appears on its right boundary. To scale the size of the bubbles inside the chart, select one of them and drag its handle. All other bubbles are scaled accordingly to maintain the correct ratio between them. When two bubbles overlap, the smaller one will be shown in front of the larger one. Right-click on a bubble and select Bring to Front to change this order. To insert a legend for the bubble chart groups, in our case, the regions, right-click on the chart and select Add Legend. Let's say you would like to add partitions into your bubble chart to mark different ranges of values. Right-click on the chart and pick Add Trendline Partition from the context menu. Use the handles at each end to change the angle of the line. Then, make a copy of the line by dragging it while holding down Ctrl. This way, you can easily create parallel lines. Of course, you can also position the copied line differently. Finally, highlight a partition of the chart by hovering your mouse over it, left-clicking onto it, and selecting a background color from the floating toolbar. Repeat this for other partitions. Now, you are done. Your bubble chart is complete.